Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
Working on the login. So are you ready, ma'am? Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I actually had a presentation, but currently my laptop is kind of giving me some issues. So what I'll do is I'll speak about my topic without the presentation. I hope it's okay with
That's
everyone.
absolutely okay. That's perfect.
All right,
Let
fine.
me first quickly introduce you
Yes,
to all our
yes.
friends who are here. So our speaker, like you can see, is Andrea De Souza. She's a trained counselor who believes that cultivating and building a strong mindset is essential in the holistic development of the self. She has 10 years of experience from industries like education, media, events, counseling, which has shaped her outlook in life. Through various lessons which she teaches people, Andrea incorporates traditional counseling skills and techniques with alternative healing and well being techniques. Things like meditation, pranic healing, energy work, hypnotherapy for the best results for herself and her clients. Her aim is to integrate spirituality with emotional and mental well being to enhance lives and make an impact in her work. Thank you so much, Andrea. Over to you, and we would like to listen from you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So today I'll be talking about how to build a positive and productive mindset. Now, when it comes to mindset, what do y'all think a mindset is? Basically, it's your beliefs and your thoughts that shape the way you perceive the world. Now, many of you might ask me, why mindset? Okay, we have a mindset, we all have different mindsets, but can a mindset actually affect our reality? And surprisingly, the answer to this is yes. Your mindset can impact your reality. So let's begin with mindset. It is your beliefs, your thoughts, the way you see the world, and it influences how you think, you feel, and you behave. For instance, if I take an example of, say, a person who feels the current situation. So a person who feels very scared about their health because of the current COVID situation. Okay, so because of that, it will affect different parts of their life, how they interact with people, the amount of precautions that they take when they go out, their anxiety. Of late, many people are actually suffering from anxiety issues just because of their perceptions of COVID. I'm not saying it's an easy thing, I'm not saying it's a joke, but some people perceive it as a big danger, and that can cause and that can affect the way that they lead their lives, right? So that's where mindset comes in. Even when it comes to your work, even when it comes to your relationships, your family interactions, everything is dependent on your mindset. So that's why today I will be talking about mindset, and I think this is an issue that people need to be more aware of. And believe me, viewers, if you all learn to control your mindset, you will be a living miracle, walking, living, breathing miracle. Life becomes so different. Okay, so now we'll also talk about adopting new mindsets will require you to step out of the mindset that you have. Many of us have certain ideas, certain beliefs about things, but we are not aware of it. Only when we step out of it, we adopt a new mindset, do we get aware of it. Okay, now another very important thing is that a mindset is not constant, it keeps on changing. Okay, and your mindsets change throughout life depending on the different situations you're in. Okay, so let's begin by talking about a healthy mindset. Now, why is an healthy mindset important? I'll quickly run through this. Okay, so it allows you to play an active role in caring for your mental health, right? So supposing you have a very positive mindset, will it affect your mental health? Of course it will affect your mental health, right? You'll be a more positive person. Even if you have setbacks in life, failures in life, you'll be able to deal with it in a more positive way. Okay, so it empowers you to choose the course of your life. Many times we feel, oh, external factors are affecting me, and this, because of that I chose this, because of that I am where I am. But in this situation, if you have a strong mindset, you can choose the path of your life. And I'm not only talking about career wise, I'm even talking about the way you interact with others. rather than allowing others to affect you, which a few speakers have covered before me, you will be empowered enough to allow things to affect you and to not allow certain things to affect you. Then it provides stability to your emotional self. Many times we feel high, low, depending on the people we interact with, the things we are in, the situations we are in. But if we have a stable mindset, our emotions will not emotions. Of course, I'm not talking about suppressing your emotions here, but I'm talking about understanding your emotion but not allowing it to affect you. Then it will improve your relationship with yourself. You'll feel more confident, you'll feel more empowered. It provides assertiveness, right? So now you are taking an assertive decision step in your life. It promotes a disciplined lifestyle, because if you have a strong mind, whatever you set to do, automatically you will achieve those goals, right? And it is key in attracting opportunities and goodness in your life. So this is the law of attraction, right? So if you believe that, say, okay, COVID is happening, the situation is a little bad, but I can make something work in this situation. You are being positive, you are giving positive vibes out to the universe, and you will get opportunities which probably you would have never imagined existed in the current situation. Okay, so these are the benefits of a healthy mindset. Now, I don't have a glass here, but I have a cup here, and y'all can't see what's inside, but let's assume there's this much of tea in it. Okay, some of you will say it's half empty, the proverbial half empty. Some of you will say it's half full, right? So what is your reality? I say it's half full, and the person sitting here says it's half empty. So what is reality? My reality is right because it is half full to me. This person's reality is right because it is half empty, right? So that is the mindset. Now, if I go with a mindset of it's half full, my life will go like this. If the other person goes with a mindset of it's half empty, their life will go like this, right? So that's how your mindset can create your reality, and that's how powerful your mindset is. Now, to read what I've typed here and what was supposed to be in the PPT, your mindset is your most powerful weapon as it shapes your reality, right? It's a weapon that we all have in shaping our reality. Now, is it easy to influence your mindset? But before that, is it easy? It's not. If it was so easy, we all would have been living the perfect lives that we wanted to, right? It's not easy. Now, why is it not easy? Firstly, because of unawareness. Many of us are not aware of the mindsets we have. Even me, while I was working on myself a few years back, there were so many mindsets that I had, which I myself was unaware of, right? So because of your unawareness. Secondly, resistance to change. A 1-year-old kid, an 88-year-old person, we all have the same thing, resistance to change. Many of us do not like changes, but the only way you can change your mindset is by being open to change. Secondly, time factor. Say there is a certain mindset a child grows up believing, sadly, because of certain situations, that I am dumb. Okay, now this child is 25 years old. For 25 years, this person has believed that I am dumb, I'm not good in studies, I am dumb, right? Will it be easy to change this mindset? No, because so many years have passed. The process will be longer and will have to go deeper. Social conditioning. Now, if again, the same child has been told by their parents, by their friends, by society, by the teachers, sadly, that you are dumb or you are not really very smart, okay? Will the child be able to go beyond that? Or will the person be able to go beyond that and start believing that, no, this is not true? No, unless that person is exposed to a situation or a group of people or another person who tells them, you know what, you are smart, you are not dumb, right? So even social conditioning plays a very vital role here. And finally, self-identity. Many of us self-identify ourselves with our beliefs, with our thoughts, with the way we perceive the world, right? So, for instance, say people who have a very elevated sense of self, they'll be, oh, I'm superior to everyone, right? And that is the mindset that they have. That's what they identify themselves with. So, is it easy to get rid of this mindset if that to that person is who they are? It isn't. So, these are a few hurdles that stop us from actually developing and growing our mindsets. Okay, but there is a saying by Fauja Singh, who was an English marathon runner. He said, anything worth doing is going to be difficult. So same like changing your mindset, it's going to be difficult, but it is worth it. And believe me, it is worth it. Now, what are the thoughts and beliefs that shape your reality? The first are things that are in your control. The second, things that you do not have a control over. And thirds are things that you can influence. For instance, in the current situation, now we have talks about the third wave. Okay, so what are the things that are under my control? Where I move, do I sanitize my hands? Do I wear a mask? The type of people that I interact with, those are things that I have control over. What are the things that I do not have control over? How fast the virus is spreading, right? Who are the people that have the virus? If my family member gets a virus, those things I'm not in control of. And what are the things that I can influence? I can influence my family's idea towards COVID. I can influence my family to probably have them wash their hands more often, right? So many times what happens is we are stuck with the things that we cannot control. We don't focus on the things that we can control, because a shift in your mindset occurs between the things that you can control and the things that you can influence. That's where the shift happens. And we should focus more on those things. Think about it. Many times we actually don't. So let's start focusing more on things that we can control. Now, finally, when it comes to mindset, as I've just now said, it's based on your reality, the way you perceive the world. So now that we have identified that we need to focus on the things that we can control and the things that we can influence, let's talk about creating your reality. Okay, so the half full, half empty glass, my reality versus another person's reality. So how do you create your reality? Your reality depends on what you perceive, what you interpret, and the way you think of events, right? My perception will be different. Another person's perception will be different, correct? A positive and growth mindset helps you perceive and interpret events, thus causing a positive response. For instance, if during COVID, okay, many businesses, Zoom, for instance, has actually gone up. In other words, Zoom has actually been doing very well during COVID. Right now, if it wanted, it could say, oh my God, companies are shutting down, people are working from home. I don't think so. Our business will be doing very well this year. But it saw an opportunity in that. It took on the opportunity and it's doing well. That was the mindset of, I mean, I'm sure luck also and timing played a small role in the case of Zoom, but overall, that's how the mindset works. Okay. Now, your thoughts and your mindset create your reality. How does it happen? When you assign truth to thoughts, it becomes a belief. Okay, so if my thoughts, let's talk about COVID. If my thoughts are, oh my God, I'm really scared, my immunity is not that good, I don't know what will happen. Okay, in time, and if I really believe it, I think it's true, in time it will become a belief. Nahi, my immunity is really not well. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up with a slight bad nose. I'll be like, oh my God, my immunity, is it COVID, right? So those become your beliefs. Now your beliefs create a cognitive lens through which you see the world. My belief is that my immunity is low. Now, how will I see the world? Anytime I meet a new person, I will be like, my God, I don't want to shake their hands. I have a low immunity. Anytime there is a cold, the first thought will come to my mind, is it COVID? Is it something really wrong with me? Right? So that is the way now I'm seeing the world, from a lens of I am not well because I have a low immunity. Okay. Now the brain's selective filtering system, which is also called priming, works at reiterating this. Now, have you noticed, if we have a certain belief of a person, no matter what the person does or says, whatever the person does, we'll be, nahi, unhone aisa hi kiya because she doesn't like me or because he doesn't like me. Right? To give you all the basic example. Why is it like that? Because your mind has a small filtering system called priming, wherein jo acha hai, wo, the mind somehow forgets or doesn't really see. But what things are happening that run in line with your belief, the mind will highlight. Okay, so again, COVID, if I get cold, oh my God, there is cold, or oh my God, there is a third wave. We are not probably focusing on the positive, but we focus on what our mind wants us to focus on. And finally, the self-concept of me, who am I, what am I, is taken from the environment and based on these beliefs. So if I continuously coming back to that person who was told that he or she is dumb. If I continuously believe that I am dumb, I'm not very smart, okay, my idea of Andrea will be who? Andrea is not smart. Over years of belief, my self-concept will become Andrea is not smart, right? So this is how your thoughts and mindset plays a key role in shaping your reality. Because as long as I say I'm not smart, I'm sending those vibes to the universe, and I'll be in such situations. And also because of priming, if a person comes and just says, oh, Andrea, you didn't know about that incident that happened, the person is genuinely asking me, didn't you know about it? But what will I hear? Oh, she thinks I'm dumb. That's why she's saying that. Right. Okay. So that's how our mindset and our reality works. So this is how your reality works. Now, coming to the next point, which is types of mindsets. Now, Carol Dweck, who is a Stanford psychologist, actually proposed there are many types of mindsets, but she proposed two types of mindsets, which is growth mindset and fixed mindset. Okay. Growth mindset are those people who are focused on the process of growth. So they believe that any skill, any ability, if you're a good singer, yes, it is inborn, but with hard work, your singing ability can grow. Fixed mindset are those people who believe, nahi, I am so smart and I'm going to be so smart for the rest of my life. There is no change. Okay. And there is a third mindset that I have personally added here, which is the abundance mindset. Sadly, many of us, and I've seen many people, they either live a life of scarcity, पैसा कम है, नहीं मेरे सबको मिलता है, मुझे ही नहीं मिलता है, everyone is happy besides me, my husband is not treating me well, whatever. Okay, so scarcity mindset. And the opposite of it is the abundance mindset, wherein you believe that the universe is giving you everything that you want. Imagine if you live in such a beautiful world wherein the God or the universe gives me everything that I want, right? Firstly, you'll feel very good. Secondly, your vibrations are going to attract the same things in your life. So there are three mindsets. Now, how to build a desired mindset? We can go spend another few hours talking about this, but I'll just break it down into 4 simple steps. Okay. And I believe that if you all have understood your role in creating your mindset at the end of this, that itself is 70% of the work done. You all will figure it out. That itself is, because I can't complete a lot in 15 minutes. But anyway, so how to build a desired mindset? You create awareness of your thoughts, your beliefs, your words. Many times I've seen many people actually, even when they come for counseling, I tell them, I say, no, I mean, let's explore it. While we're exploring a certain issue, say relationships, and the person will say, oh no, I am a very possessive person. I'm like, many times these people are not even aware of the words that they use to define themselves. Right. So let's start creating awareness of our thoughts. What are the thoughts you give yourselves? We are our biggest critic. Oh, Andrea, tumse nahi hoga. Oh, Andrea, kya kar rahi ho? Theek hai. Be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your beliefs. Right. Then understand what your thoughts and beliefs are promoting. If in a day, 10 times I say, oh, Andrea, that was good, done. But 30 times of the day, I tell myself, oh, shit, you just missed it. How could you do it? How could you do that? How could you forget that? Right? What am I telling myself? That I'm more inefficient and less efficient. So you need to understand what your thoughts convey to you, right? Analyze your self-concept. Ask yourselves, who is Andrea? What is Andrea? Are the results, are the answers more positive or are they more negative? Right? And that's how you can explore what is your mindset about yourself, about your life. And finally, change your self-concept to align it with a growth mindset. If you find yourself having a more fixed mindset or a scarcity mindset, for instance, you always say, nahi, mujhse nahi hoga, nahi, somehow God has not blessed me a lot. I don't know why these problems are in my life. That is one of the most common things, right? So you change your self-concept to start focusing on the positive. Even if there's one good thing in your life, start focusing on that. Tomorrow you'll find another one. Day after tomorrow you'll find a third one. Right? You need to search a little and you do find it. Okay. So these are the 4 steps in which you build a certain type of mindset. Now, a few quick mindset hacks for everyone. First thing, visualization helps. If you think that you are not a confident person, but you want to be a confident person, visualize yourself as being a confident person. Visualize yourself as going up to a stranger and talking to them and having a good conversation with them. Okay, it really helps. I would say visualization before you go to sleep and the first thing when you wake up in the morning are the strongest times of the day. Okay, affirmations. What do we tell ourselves most of the time? Criticism. So start telling yourself positive things. Be your biggest fan. Andrea, good you did this. Andrea, I know you didn't get your result, but you were close enough to it. Okay. Then self-acceptance and self-love. The first, and this I really mean it, and I've seen it in practice also, the first step towards change is acceptance. Okay. So self-acceptance, self-love is 50% of the work done. Positive self-talk, as I said, take on challenges. Don't be stuck there. So you want to change your mindset, take on challenges, which will expose you to more situations. Many might not go as planned, but at least that will increase your confidence. That will allow you to see new things, right? Adopt different set of assumptions. Now, if I assume, oh my God, I'm not very smart, adopt a different set of assumptions. I'll assume that, okay, I might not be as smart as XYZ. I might not get 100 upon 100, but I am pretty good in math. And I think that itself shows that I'm pretty smart. You saw how I've changed my assumption from I'm dumb, I've gone to I'm not good in other subjects, but at least I'm good in math. That is for today. Tomorrow, I amp it up. Okay. And finally, practice makes perfect. At times, it takes months to change your mindset. At times, it can take years, depending on the examples that I've given you all earlier. But the more you work at it, the more it will improve and the better you will get at identifying the thoughts and changing the thoughts with a different assumption and changing your mindset subsequently. Okay. Now, benefits of a growth mindset: you accept yourself. It deepens your sense of awareness. You start developing an accountability to yourself. Because now you don't say, oh, because of that person, something happened to me. Now, you know, everything that happens to you is because of you. So you're more accountable. You feel more, and you become more in control of your life, in control of your emotions. You acknowledge and embrace imperfections in yourself. Many times we're very critical of ourselves, right? So now we embrace ourselves. You accept failure and you understand that failure is what will help you in succeeding, because failure will teach you a lot about the final outcome, a lot about the success or your goal. Okay. Being open to change and growth to change, very important. The benefits of a growth mindset will make you open to change, which we all require. Finally, ability to use failure and criticism as a stepping stone to success. Again, very important. Failures will be there, but the ability to use it as a stepping stone to success. Okay. And that's it. Thank you so much. And I hope you all enjoyed this session. Yes,
thank you so much. Such an energetic, amazing session for the mindset. Thank you so much. That's the pep we all required, because ultimately it is your awareness that can, fix your mindset and your decision and your intention towards a growth mindset. Thank you for giving us all the steps and all the hard. Thank you so much.
True. Thank you.
So here is our small certificate of appreciation for being with us, for spending your time with us. The World United Presence.
Thank you.
Certificate of appreciation to our speaker Andrea D'Souza for being the speaker in the Global Transformation Festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and energy.